Have you ever wondered, is it really possible to mix varnish with cement powder? It sounds strange and totally impossible, but today I'm going to show you step by step how to turn these two common materials into something truly amazing, something that only a few people know about, and the final result will absolutely surprise you. For the first step, prepare a perfectly clean container. We'll pour about 150 milliliters of varnish into it. This varnish will serve as the base of our experiment, so it's important to measure it carefully to get the right proportions in the final result. Once the varnish is in the container, let's move on to the second material, cement powder. Here, I'm using 2 full tablespoons of regular cement, but you can also use white structural cement if you want a lighter and brighter finish. Next, using a wooden stick, start stirring the mixture slowly. This will help prevent the cement powder from rising up and making a mess around your workspace. Once the materials begin to blend together, gradually increase your stirring speed until the mixture becomes thicker and more consistent. But the secret isn't complete yet. Now prepare the third ingredient, PVA glue. I'm adding about 50 milliliters, just the right amount to perfectly balance the thickness of our formula. Once the glue is added, the mixture becomes more elastic, thicker, and ready to accept color later on. Which country are you watching this video from? Write it in the comments to let me know. It's amazing to know that we can connect with each other from all around the world. Now, let's move on to the final ingredient. Add color according to your preference. You can use either liquid dye or powdered pigment. This coloring will make the mixture look more vibrant and fascinating, especially once it's applied later. To mix it perfectly, just use 3 cable ties linked together, then attach them to a small wooden stick. With this simple setup, you'll have a powerful homemade electric mixer. Insert the stick into a drill machine and start mixing until everything becomes smooth and perfectly blended. The mixture has now turned into a deep red color because I used a red base pigment. Of course, you can adjust the color to your own preference. If you want a brighter and cleaner shade, use white cement instead of regular cement. The combination of the base color and white cement will give you a much lighter and more vibrant result. Once the mixture is completely blended, it's now ready to use. Take a look at the paving blocks in front of us. They look so plain and lifeless, making the yard appear dull and empty. As an example, I've prepared 1 paving block to demonstrate how to apply this mixture. First, clean the surface thoroughly to remove any dust or debris. Then, simply apply the mixture evenly over the surface. You can use either a paintbrush or a paint roller for this step. Let it dry for about 6 to 8 hours, depending on the temperature in your country. The recommended drying time is about 8 hours. During this period, the paint will penetrate deep into the pores of the concrete, and once it's completely dry, it will reveal its full strength, firmly bonded, water-resistant, and ready to protect the surface for a long time. The final result looks beautiful, long-lasting, and completely waterproof. Most importantly, the coating won't peel off even with frequent use or exposure to water. For comparison, on the left, I've prepared a paving block without any coating. When water is poured onto it, it quickly seeps into the surface, unlike the one on the right that's been treated with this special paint. Water that penetrates into concrete can make its structure weak and less durable over time, but this coating protects the surface perfectly, keeping the concrete strong, long-lasting, and resistant to moisture damage. So, what will happen if we mix PVA glue with wall paint? You should know that wall paint is one of the key elements of your home. Even if you've chosen the perfect color, if the quality isn't durable, you'll end up spending more money to keep repainting your walls. Here, I've prepared 2 empty containers that I'll fill with wall paint. Each container is filled with regular wall paint, but the one labeled Mix will be combined with PVA glue, which is the same glue that's commonly used for bonding wood. This PVA glue has the same properties as wall paint. It can blend perfectly with water, so the 2 liquids mix together very easily. I added about 1/4 of the paint's volume of PVA glue into the container. Since it's a small portion, I'm using a small wooden stick to stir it. Slowly, the mixture begins to combine with the paint, and the color becomes slightly lighter, but this won't affect the final result. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and join us, because there are still many amazing ideas we'll continue to share. After the paint is fully mixed and becomes homogeneous, it's time for me to reveal the secret behind this mixture. An amazing secret that very few people know. Wall paint is normally applied to walls inside the house, but this time, I'm going to apply it to a wooden surface. Usually, wood is painted using oil-based paint, because when you use wall paint, the result is far from perfect. That's because wall paint has very low adhesion on wood surfaces, which makes it peel off easily and fade over time, unlike metal or oil-based paints, which have much stronger bonding on wood. First, I'm going to apply the wall paint that hasn't been mixed with PVA glue yet. For the application, you can use either a brush or a paint roller, depending on which one you find more comfortable to use. Next, I'll apply the paint that has been mixed with PVA glue. At first glance, there seems to be no difference on the wood surface after applying the paint. However, the real secret lies in the final result. Once the paint is completely dry, the recommended drying time is 6 to 8 hours, during which the PVA glue forms a protective layer that perfectly seals and strengthens the wood surface. The final result is truly amazing. The paint color becomes slightly darker, but that's exactly where the magic lies. Paint without PVA glue scratches very easily. Even a light touch can make the color fade. But on the surface coated with the paint PVA mixture, the result is much stronger, resistant to scratches, and looks far more elegant and long-lasting. Its adhesion increases many times over, thanks to the bonding power of PVA glue that blends perfectly with the paint. What's even more impressive is that this technique isn't limited to wood. It's also highly effective for wall painting, making your wall paint last much longer, resist peeling, and stay beautiful even under intense sunlight or heavy rain. With knowledge and a touch of creative art, we can transform simple materials into something far more useful. We can turn old or unused items into things that can be used again, bringing new value and inspiration to our everyday lives. Join us today. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this creative idea. It truly motivates us to keep creating even more interesting and inspiring videos. And don't forget to share this idea with your friends or family, because who knows, this simple idea might be truly helpful for them someday. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and see you again in the next video.